What is going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So it's been a minute since we've talked about anything, but we have a pretty good update today. So we're gonna get right into it and show you what we have going on. The wife actually has a new little project she's picked up, so I think you guys are gonna like it. So first things up on the agenda is the Cummins. So I've been daily driving this thing, and it is extremely dirty at the moment, but you know, Dodge things, it's going to need a transmission now. Might be a little bit before I can get this thing going. It doesn't really need a whole lot, but while it's going to be down, I'm going to do some engine mods and probably do some stuff in the front, make it look all nice and shiny. But this is going to be its new home for a minute. Can't really do much to it right now, but you can see how dirty it actually is. Maybe if the camera picks it up. So in this video today, we are going to pick up 2 more projects, but I don't have a whole lot of room over here at the house. One of them's gonna have to go away, and then the other one is going to come here, but we're gonna have to make some room and possibly sell one of the projects we have. And it'll be kind of like going backwards, because what we're gonna go pick up I've already owned. It's in a lot better condition than the previous one, and the thing that I'm going to sell is the whole reason why I sold the last one, to get this thing. So I'm kind of 2 steps back right now, but it'll be worth it in the end. So, but the thing that's going to be leaving is the standard cab. So it's kind of gotten worse for wear over the last winter. It's gotten far more rusty, and it's just not really my style anymore, I guess. I kind of outgrew the whole fast standard cab daily life, I guess. It's just not really where I want it to be. So this thing's going to be leaving. Over the winter, I did end up blowing this thing up and had to put a new motor in it. So it's kind of been a headache anyhow. Well, the original motor is sitting right here. I don't know exactly what happened to it. We were just regular driving and it decided to blow up somehow. I don't know what happened. Started smoking a whole lot and running like crap. Didn't want to start again. So I just pulled the motor out and put a new one in. So now I have a spare Gen 5 laying around. Don't know what I'm going to do with it. Maybe rebuild it. Maybe the Chevelle needs a Gen 5 motor. I don't really know. But I don't know. Should I do a Gen 5 in the Chevelle or just stick with the Gen 3 that I have? All right, so the reason for selling the standard cab is because you got something, right?
Yeah.
Okay, what'd you get? Show us.
I got a TRX.
You got a TRX. So we just picked up this TRX. This is something that she's been wanting for a long minute, but it's got all the bells and whistles that she wanted. It's got all the buttons, the heated cooled seats. It just has the red stitching and the big screen.
You see my lizard?
She's got a little lizard on there she drives around with. Got a little pet. And so this one's a 21, decent miles, wasn't a bad price. And when we got this thing delivered, we didn't know it already had a couple of modifications done to it. So it does have American Racing headers already installed, full true dual exhaust. And I was driving it because it looks stock, right? And I noticed the headers, but down over there, there's also a overdrive pulley. So it does make about 15 pounds of boost when these were supposed to be stock at 11. So might be a little bit quicker than stock. I think it's pretty cool. You like it though?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So that is the reason we are selling one of our projects, and we're gonna be going to get 2 more today. So I'm gonna take you guys along with me. We're gonna be going about 3 hours away, and picking up a couple of things that we have already had on the channel. One of them at least. The other one is going to be something brand new that I've always kind of wanted since I was a kid. Found a good deal from a buddy of mine. It'll be a cool, sick build, but that one's gonna have to wait for a little bit until I can get these other ones done. So let's see what we get. All right, so here is the new project. Once again, another Trailblazer. So this one is a 07 all-wheel drive. It does have some damage on the fender and the bumper right there. And then it got sideswiped right here. So it's gonna need both doors. Wheels are all right, tires are all right. Got brand new brakes. It's pretty clean. 118,000 miles. Another ding right here. So it's gonna need 3 doors, a little bit of quarter work, but overall it's pretty decent. So I'm gonna get this thing loaded up, get it on the trailer. We're gonna drive down the road, go to another town where I'm picking up another project, and then we'll take this one off the trailer. I'll drive this one home, put the other one on the trailer, try to get it unloaded, and show you guys these things a little bit more in depth when we get home. All right, so we made it to check out this other truck, and I'm actually really happy. This is my first time seeing it. It's in way better condition than I thought. It's a little bit rough, but I can definitely bang out whatever dents this thing has. And I think you guys are gonna like it. It's gonna be something that I don't really put a lot of attention into right away because I've got too many projects right now, but this was too good of a deal to pass up with how it is and how cheap it was. So this is a 48, I believe. I have not checked much into it. It doesn't have a title, but I'm gonna have to figure that out. But the patina on this truck is perfect. It's got some dents and dings, but nothing I can't handle. All of it's gonna be just heating up, banging those out with a hammer and whatnot. And gonna have to get a new floor for the box. This is technically a 3600. So for you that aren't familiar, these trucks came with the long box, heavy duty, short box, light duty. So the short boxes were a 3100. This was considered a 3600. So, but got some really cool plans for this thing. It's gonna get shortened. You take this off, short the box up, put it on an S10 chassis. It'll be pretty cool. You like this thing?
Yeah.
Yeah? Very supportive wife. Gotta get you one of those. We are still about 2 hours away from the house. So as you guys seen in the last part of this, we had the Trailblazer on the trailer. We now have that thing on the trailer, but we're gonna try to drive this thing the 2 hours home. I think it should make it. If anything happens, I'll definitely let you guys know. If not, everything went smooth. It runs and drives and shifts great. Don't have any air conditioning in it right now, but that's the least of my worries, I guess. All right, guys, so it's a new day. We did drive back last night without any issues on the highway and the interstate going 80. So this thing should be just fine to daily drive if I wanted to. Got to do a couple of things with the tires and the brakes, but other than that, should be fine. So let's jump into this now that we're here, give you guys a little bit of a closer look, and then we're gonna go drop off this other pickup. All right, so we did get it washed on the outside. It did clean up pretty good, I think. It was pretty dirty from sitting for a couple of years, but this thing has brand new brakes on it. The wheels need to be recoated. Tires are in good shape. Like I showed you guys before, this quarter right here got hit, so it's gonna need a new passenger rear door. Interior, it's not the best of shape, but it'll clean up, I think. It'll be all right. It's got 118,000 miles, completely bone stock, 3SS, so it has the leather interior. Stock radio, doesn't have any tint, so that's gonna change. This door, it's kind of hard to open a little bit, but I think it might just be because it was sitting for so long. Back seat. All the all the seats are actually in really good shape. There's no tears on any of them. These little trim pieces around the door handle, those always break, so I'll have to get a couple more of those. Taillight right here did get busted out. I had a wasp nest right in here when I opened this thing up, and I sprayed brake clean all over it. Luckily the taillight was already junk, made it white, no big deal. All the glass seems to be pretty good except for the windshield. I'm gonna get that replaced. It does need one of these little connector things for the sprayer on the rear window washer. It's got a little bit of peeling. You know, it's sat outside for 3 years and it's not gonna be perfect. Some hail damage, it's got a couple of little dents. Other than being dirty, it's in decent shape. I think it should clean up pretty good. Needs a buff. But then right here, it did get, I don't know if the camera, yeah, it should. It did sideswipe something. So, I don't know what, but it needs 2 doors on the passenger side. There's no rust anywhere on any of this. Windows are a little hazy, you might have to polish those out. It's just dirty. And for you that don't know, these things have the LS2 in them from the Corvette. So it is a 6.0 V8. Completely stock airbox. AC even works. I do need to figure out the blower motor. It did have a newer trans. I don't see any issues, honestly. There is, you know, on the driver's side rear, one of the exhaust bolts broke off, so it has a small exhaust leak, but that's like every other LS, so no big deal. So we're out here at the land. It's a nice day out, luckily, so it's not too humid. But brought the TRX, put the jack in the back, so it's already doing truck stuff. Trick came out and helped me. We got some wheels on it. Kind of looks a little funky with these 8-bolt Chevy wheels. Kind of monster trucking, but now that you guys can see this thing a little bit better. It's got some rust. That's probably, I think, the only spot that's actually bad on here. These fenders I'll have to hammer and dolly out, but we're gonna see if this thing rolls or not. Even if it don't, it'll just get pulled off and sat over here for a little bit until I get to it. All right, we got it unloaded. It was kind of a pain to get it off because the back tires were spinning, but the fronts didn't want to at first. Got them to spin a little bit. These tires are way too big for this thing, but it was spinning a little. Had to drag it all the way across the yard, but we got it off. So it'll sit here for a while until I can get to it. It'll hopefully not get vandalized, but interior is actually in pretty good shape too. It's all complete. It's even got the key in the ignition, so that's kind of cool. The pedals will come out along with the steering column whenever I go to the S10, so it'll have a tilt column. It'll get a different seat. Gotta find a door handle for that side. Just got it ratchet strapped right now. Gonna leave this window down. Get a new bed for it. Should be a cool little project. Definitely excited to work on something old again. It's been a minute since I worked on anything like this. But there she sits. All right, we made it back to the house. We got the all-wheel drive Trailblazer cleaned up a little bit, took it to the power washer. We do have to do a little bit more on it. We didn't do the carpets or the center of the seats, but it cleaned up pretty nice. So even though I didn't buff it or anything like that, the paint came out pretty good. Just washed it, threw some quick detailer on it, and called it a day for that, and it turned out all right. Interior, also, not too shabby. Like I said, I gotta do the center of the seats at a later date, whenever I do the carpet. Not gonna worry about that right now, but all the plastic, all the leather, everything came out to be pretty decent. Definitely happy with how that turned out. You can see right there, the windshield does need to be replaced, so that'll be on the list of things to do. And you know, it was only fitting to throw a Backyard Junkyard sticker on it with the Chevelle. So, probably gonna keep this one. This one might be around for a little bit longer. Back to the roots. Saying goodbye to that thing. And I appreciate you guys for sticking around. And if you do like this kind of content, make sure to drop a like, subscribe, leave a comment, tell me what you think. Peace.